Right, I'm currently on the Ionic framework's own page with all the documentations here, and this is of course also where I get a lot of help to fix these things, because as going forward I didn't know how to create a navigation in Ionic. I had no idea because it's being used as the list, so it's kind of more towards the mobile app. So I kind of wanted to convert it into the desktop version. And I used these, of course, I used Ionic's own here, but I also used other pages like Stack Overflow to this. But the thing we're working with right now is if in this documentation, the Ionic page, where I found some of the solutions, not all of them, of course, but not all of them were here. And this is the reason why I know what to do when creating this navigation. So I've been going through Ionic pages, Ionic modules in here. This is similar to what we have in our with the entries, imports, declarations, and so on. And it's actually using these links, deep linker, to actually create a better navigation for us with the PWA, the progressive web app of the desktops. And that's kind of what we want. We want to be based more on the ULs than just navigating through pages without showing where we are and so on. So this is kind of where I'm finding a lot of information to use to change things and so on. You can go through it here, and there's many different things. So like just quickly, an example could be, where was it? I think I saw haptic somewhere. HHH, I don't know where it went. Anyways, haptics is like when you get a message, a push message, your phone vibrates. That's an haptic for this. You can also find things like this in here. So just search for Ionic haptic, this, and then you will get to the haptics part. And then you can actually start setting up haptics, but that's not for the navigation, so what am I talking about? Sorry. Let's get back to the app here. In this case, this was just to illustrate where I see a lot of this code I'm using and finding and fixing and making it work and so on. This will take time to use the documentations. So a lot of work put into using Ionic, and then it's easier to understand, of course. Anyways, I navigated to a new section of our application in here, and that's called the app.module.ts. And we need to change things in this one so it fits better with what we want to create, of course. So let's start out here. The first thing we need to do, as I quickly mentioned, with this deeper link, we need to use this deeper link to navigate better. And we're going to create something called a const, and this is shorter for constant, I think. It's basically the same as a normal variable, from using SAS with the hashtag, the $sign and a name. That's also a variable. Creating it here, we're calling it link. I was about to write uslink, that's weird. Link or my links, that's probably better. In this case, and the reason why I was doing this, we want to uppercase it, and we're going to create this by using the DeepLinkConfig. So it's already asking me to implement this, and if you click enter here, you can see up here, it also imported up here. So I'm going to do a reverse, and it's not there. And again, if I do this and doesn't do it, Alt, Option key, and enter, it's importing it back again up here. And this is kind of the first thing we need to do. So now we need to do an equal sign and use the curly brackets so it's back to a object. And in this we're going to put in links. Oh, it already told me to actually type links. That's cool. And we have the array in here. So we kind of want to enter the same things we kind of did on the components at the front page. Sort of like double work, but that's what we need to do for now. So sorry about that. So we're going to use components, and the component for the first one is home page. And the thing for the next one is the name. So this is actually the name you would see in the URL. So once we click something up here, we would see, like here, we see ionic.blah, blah, 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 ionic page and so on. That's actually the name we can change here. So if you want to call it something else than home or homepage or whatever, front page, you can do it here. You can actually change it here with this one. And let's do this. And I'm now going to copy it because I'm top lazy. So like this, put this in, and now instead of home, it's going to be sub. And this is going to be sub as well. Now this one is, for some reason, red. But there's a super easy way to fix this, of course. You can see home page is up here. That's why it's not red. But here it's not, and I'm just gonna click it, press Option or Alt key, hit Enter. Yes, just click Enter twice if it states you this, and it's being put in up here. So that's kind of, bam, done with that stuff. At the end of our curly bracket, remember to close it, so we're actually telling the system we're done with this part now. And that's the first part of implementing the first section of our app module to create this deeper navigation in Ionic. See you in the next video.